Okay. So in our last class, let's have a quick recap of our last class, what we have done. We have seen what is the standard guideline in order to improve the performance. So what we have to do, we have to keep the result set small, right? Decrease the number of database hint, right? Then get only those fields which is required. Don't use select a star. Why to keep the unnecessary code, remove the unnecessary code, use the parallel cursor concept, right? Use the binary search, use the buffer, right? We are supposed to use the bug free mechanism in HANA also if it is required, text search or fuzzy search, right? So, and how to achieve this one, that we have seen. Wherever it is required for all entries, we can use the for all entry, inner join, left outer join, right outer join. This can also be used in uh, you know in the new OpenSQL, right? In the extension of new OpenSQL after 7.40, there are a lot of changes. That in that changes, there is one more change like this, right outer join we can use. Earlier, this was not supported. Earlier, only 6 tables we can use in an inner join. Now we can use up to 20 tables, right? So this is the things. Aggregate function we are supposed to use. If it is the HANA database, we don't have to bother. We can use the aggregate function. Where condition, like as earlier, give the maximum key field in where condition so that we will get the sorted limited records. Wherever required up to n rows, use the up to n rows. Don't use the select star, remove the unnecessary code. Fine. So, and also after that, we have seen what are the different types of database statement: DDL, DML, DQL, TCL, all this. Acid property, we understood in detail what is the meaning of acid property, right? Let's go ahead and we will start in today's session the new OpenSQL extension. Okay, so basically we are going to start the new OpenSQL. Okay, so in this new OpenSQL, let's start from the very first, uh, the one. Let me go to the system, and here I think this is my system. Just a second. Okay, let me use this one. Okay, so let's start our first program for the new OpenSQL. So I'm just going to give the JDMB 03rd April and demo of 1. Okay, click on this create button and I will give new OpenSQL part 1. So executable program, click on the save button, local object. Okay, so now the first variant, let's start with the first variant. The first variant is like, suppose if you are going to earlier what we used to do, we used to do, for example, if we have to get some value in a variable or in a work area, right? If we have to get some value in a variable or in a work area, first we used to declare like this. For example, LWA underscore matner, let us suppose, type matnr. So if let's suppose my work area, this is the variable LV underscore matter, and this is my material number. I want to get a single material. Single uh, select single MATNR from Mara into LV underscore Matner. Okay, LV underscore Matner. Just I'm going to get any single material number from Mara into this LV underscore Matner from Mara table. Okay, so here first we have to declare this LV underscore Matner, then only it is going to work. If you just go, if you are just going to comment it, it will give you the error that LV underscore Matner is unknown. So you must have to give data. But now, but in the new way, this is the old way how we used to do. But from 7.40 onwards, you know, uh, and there are a lot of also enhancement has been happened in 7.52. Okay, that also maybe we'll discuss. Okay, so here the new way, what you will have to do, you don't have to declare this the above statement. Okay, you don't have to declare this LV underscore Matner. Directly you can use over here, directly you can use data and it will be declared. Directly you can use this data and it will be declared. This is known as inline declaration. Okay, and you can check the syntax, it is okay because it's a select single a matner from Mara into data. So we have to give at the rate data because LV underscore matner is my host variable. So for each host variable we must have to use this at the rate symbol. Okay, in OpenSQL, whatever the ABAP variable means this is your ABAP variable. Okay, ABAP variable means this is your ABAP variable. So from NetWeaver 7.520 onwards, or I think 7.50 onwards, you can differentiate the difference between ABAP variable and SQL variable, means database variable and ABAP variable. So this is the ABAP variable. Wherever whatever you are defining over here, this is known as the ABAP variable. So just to make define that you are just to make sure that you are using the ABAP variable, we have to give at the rate over here because we are getting the data at the ABAP side. Okay, in ABAP variable we are putting the value, so we must have to give the at the rate over here. Okay, check the syntax, activate this one, and it will work in the same way as it is working earlier. Okay, and now you can print the output LV underscore Matner and you can check how it's giving the result. Here also you can use the if size sub c equals to 0, and here and if you can use like this. Activate this and put the breakpoint over here, press F8, and here after F6 you can see the 0 because I'm just getting any single material number, so it found and the value has been put in over here. So 199 is the first material was picked by the system by itself. Okay, and press F6 and it will just write it. You can see the type of the material over here. You can see this a car 40 at runtime. It in compile time itself, it has been declared, this LV underscore Matner has been declared at compile time itself. It is not determining at the runtime. At compile time itself it has been declared. So if you go to SE11, go to SE11. Okay, if you go to SE11 over here, go to Mara, press F7, sorry, press F7, and Matner you can see it is of car 40. So by default it's taking car 40, right? You can see over here it's a car 40, right? So go back and it has written the material number. Fine. Now another variant what you have, So this is the first variant you have seen now. Now let's go for the second variant. If you have any doubt, you can stop me and you can ask.
Yeah, one small question.
Yeah, yes.
So the system which you are using is S4HANA system, because I can see the character for the number of characters for material number is 40.
Right. Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So your question is, what is your question? I didn't get your question. Can you come again
This is,
once again?
yeah, the system which you are using is S4HANA system or normal ECC?
Yeah, this is S4 HANA.
It's S4
This is
S4HANA.
S4.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Fine,
This
fine.
is this is S4 HANA. So this is the 7.5 to NetWeaver and install product version. You can see NetWeaver for
It's fine.
S4 HANA on premise 1709. S4
Okay,
HANA on premise 1709. This is the system. Okay.
yeah, fine. Yeah, thanks.
No. So here, but this syntax is supported on any NetWeaver version. It is not it is not specific to S4 HANA version. This is specific to, we have to take care about this. Whatever in backend, we don't have to bother. HDB or Oracle or MySQL, we don't have to bother. The main thing is this one, NetWeaver version 7.52. Okay, this is the latest version. If you are having 7.40 onwards, this is going to work. Even 7.40 will also work. This syntax will work in NetWeaver 7.40. Okay, NetWeaver 7.40. And some syntax in our coming class or maybe tomorrow class, I will discuss the specific to 7.50 onwards or specific to 7.52. Okay, so a lot of enhancement has been happened in terms of OpenSQL. Okay, that release by release, like based upon the NetWeaver version, uh, it's it depends, but the major enhancement has been done in 7.40. From this onward, from NetWeaver 7.40 onwards, the way of putting the OpenSQL, the new syntax, inline declaration, many things has been changed. Okay, major this is the a major place where major NetWeaver version where the changes has been taken place. Now let's go ahead and select, and suppose we have to get the data into internal table. Get the data into internal table. So in our so earlier days, what we used to do, we used to types. Okay, uh, so the first variant, maybe directly you can use like this. Okay, data lt underscore mara type table of mara, and then select let's suppose select a star from mara into, right, table we used to write it underscore mara. So just I'm selecting all the data from the mara table and I'm going to put into it underscore mara. So this is what we used to do earlier. It is telling it underscore mara is unknown because lt I have used over here. I'm marking it it underscore mara, and now you can see it's not giving any error. Okay, so but nowadays what we do, suppose the new way, you know new way, you don't have to do like this declaration is not required at runtime itself. At compile time itself, means inline itself, you can declare. Okay, so I'm just going to comment this one, come over here, select a star for mara into table, and here what you can do, at the rate you can write and data you can give, and then lt underscore mara. This it underscore mara is your ABAP variable, right? This is the ABAP data object. All the variable in ABAP is known as ABAP data object. Okay, so this it underscore mara is your ABAP data object. That's why we are just giving here at the rate. Here also we were using this ABAP data object lv underscore matner, so I was using at the rate. So here also I'm using. Okay, just come over here and it will not give you any error. You can see it's working fine. Now if you want to print this it underscore mara, what you can do, that you can put loop at it underscore mara into, okay, you can, earlier what you used to do, earlier we used to declare one it underscore mara work area, right? So earlier way of doing the same thing, let me show you over here. Loop at it underscore mara into wa underscore mara and end loop, okay, and this work area you must have to declare, right? So I'm just going to let me put it, I'm just going to comment this one first. I will show you an earlier way and then I will just go ahead with the new way. So suppose we have to print this it underscore mara in the old way, then loop at it underscore mara into w underscore mara, and then we have to declare type or like line of it underscore mara. So both this work area and internal table we must have to declare it underscore mara and w underscore mara, right? And then we can use this write wa underscore mara hyphen matnr, then wa underscore mara hyphen mtart, then wa underscore mara hyphen mbrs. So whatever you want to print, you can just print, and just to show line by line I'm giving this new line command. So I have active, I'm activating this one, press F8 now, and you can see the output is coming in this way. So where w underscore mara here need to be declared first, then only it's going to work. Here it is not required, okay. Here in this you don't have to you don't have to, you don't have to define explicitly. So how you can do in the new way, that here what you can do, that select a star from mara into table at the rate of data it underscore mara. So this declaration it underscore mara, what we are doing over here, it is not required now. Explicit declaration is not required. Here itself, whatever you are going to do, it will take the structure of all the field, it will take type of all the field, because we are taking a star over here. So it will take the complete structure of the mara and it will make like that, okay. And here loop at it underscore mara into this work area also is not necessary to declare over here. Here I'm declaring, right? It is not necessary to declare over here. Directly, give the data statement over here, and wa underscore mara you can use full stop end loop, and you can print this value. You can directly print this value and it will work without any problem. I'm just going to comment this one, old one, and the new one. You can see that I have not done any explicit declaration like this data, right? This was for work area, this was for internal table, right? This was for internal table, and this was for a work area. Here I have not done anything like that, any data declaration I have not. At inline only, while writing this code here itself I have done, and it will work fine, there is no problem, right? And it will also give you the same output as earlier. If you run, see, it is giving the same output. So this is the second variant, okay. Let's go and see the third variant. So the third variant, okay, let's go ahead, and in the third variant, see, there are, just a second, there are many things. For example, like suppose at runtime itself, at runtime itself, if you want, or maybe if you want to uh, use, if and else statement, what we used to do earlier. For example, let me prepare one data, select. Earlier what we used to do, that first we used to get the data, and if we have to create one more internal table, okay, I'm just going to copy this one, okay, and I will just enable this, come over here, and suppose now what is my requirement over here, and that uh, whenever this material type, whenever this material type is finished product, right, we know /OSC11, let's go to SC11, go to Mara table, press F7, and here we are having the MTIT. MTIT means material type. Come over here, let's observe the data. Some problem is there in this component. Let's go through this way, and here you can see that we are having this material type. Okay, so ROW, some FEIT means finished good, right? Finished good. And similarly ROH is for the raw material. Similarly some different description is there, right? ROH raw material, FEIT finished good, and similarly HALB we are having semi finished, right? So what I want, wherever the raw material is there, I want to give the description as a raw material. Wherever FEIT is there, I want to give the finished good. Okay, so for that purpose, what we used to do over here, we used to prepare, or maybe here we used to write uh, uh, let's suppose you have to prepare the internal table, right? Let's suppose you have to prepare the internal table, right? So what you will have to do over here, first of all, you will have to create one extra field, right? First of all, you will have to create one extra field. So what I'm going to do, I'm quickly going to define one types begin of ts underscore mara, let's suppose, and matnr, type matnr, come over here, mtart, type mtart. That's it, only two I am having, right? End of ts underscore mara. So ts underscore mara, I'm going to declare this internal table ts underscore mara, right? And select a star, not a star is not required now, matnr and mtart. Now because I require the description also, like for specific to the material type, if it is FEIT, I want to show the finished product, something like that. So material type description, maybe I can write mat desc type, and let me take some char 20. Okay, some extra field I have used over here. So the material number and mtat I have kept first, so we don't have to bother, it will put into this, but material description will be blank, right? So this material description I have to fill it up, correct? So select matner mtat from Mara into table this, and now what we have to do, that we have to fill this material description of this IT underscore Mara. Okay, so I will put this select over here, it will be in little nicely arranged order. Okay, fine. So now this right, maybe we can put this right, there is no problem, but my requirement is to first prepare the internal table with this material description. Okay, so here if what if wa underscore mara hyphen mtart equals FEIT, right? FEIT, then what we'll have to do, I have to do this WA underscore Mara hyphen MAT underscore DESC equals, or else if you don't want to write yourself, just put the cursor over here and give control space, all the three fields will come over here. So choose over here mat underscore disk, and here I want to give that it is a finished product. Okay, it's a finished product. Now pretty printer. Okay, so now it underscore w underscore mara, it is fine, it has come. And in case else if, you can also write over here else if this particular value is ROH, let's suppose ROH, in that case you want to show that it's a raw material. Okay, you want to show that it's a raw material. Okay, comment. And now again what I will do, control C, and I will put it over here, control V, again the else if, and suppose if you having HALB. Okay, in case I am going to write the semi-finished, 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 something like that, you know. And in case of else, uh, if something other, you know, so I will just give that other material. Okay, give the end if over here and click on this pretty printer. Okay, so I think some problem is there. If else if, do you have to give plus? No, it is fine. Okay, if else if, yeah, it looks good now. Okay, and here you can see that, you know, here you can see that by this way we used to give earlier, right? And for finished raw material HALB semi finished, 2 times I have written. Let me remove this one. Yeah, now it's perfect. Okay, and here we used to write what? Here we used to write at last modify a statement, right? Modify it underscore mara from wa underscore mara. This is typically we used to do if we are going to use with the work area. If large amount of data is there, of course we can use the field symbol, right? With the help of field symbol directly we used to do, right? So how we used to do field symbol one also we will see, right? So into assigning, and the field symbol you have to first declare. So field symbols, and here fs, so fs and mara, maybe I can keep it like this, and type that ts underscore mara which I have declared, right? Assigning, we used to write like this. Okay, and if fs underscore, wherever w underscore mara is there, I'm just going to remove that wa underscore mara with this fs underscore mara. That's it, replace all over here. Okay, so this is what we used to do earlier, right? This is what we used to do earlier. Here modify is not required because it's a field symbol, and that's why it is so powerful and so fast, right? But in the new way, you know, new way, this field symbol also here you don't have to explicitly define directly. What you can do, assigning field symbol, and just you put in a bracket. Okay, that's it, and it will work. Okay, so it will work. Check the syntax, there is no problem. So this is also for the field symbol, this is the inline declaration. Okay, so this is how for the field symbol we used to do. I'm just going to comment this one now, you know. Now here actually what I'm trying to tell you over here, just let me activate this one, and I will put the point over here. Just activate and press F8, and here in IT underscore Mara you can see 2576 material is there. You know, this material description is blank, right? That material description is blank. So after this loop and end loop, if we're going to come onto this breakpoint, press effect, so everything got processed now, and you can see other raw material like the acid has come, right? uh, like that. So it has come like this, right? It has come like this. Now this work has been very easy with the help of new OpenSQL. This work has been very easy in new OpenSQL. All this thing, whatever you are doing over here, all this declaration, data, this, that, whatever, in new OpenSQL, what you will have to do, comment this one. Okay, just use this one, the select statement. I'm just going to copy this